God's abyssal dunghouse. What fresh hell is this? Wake up! Wake up!
Oh.
This is it, old friend. I fear we've at last reached the end of our story.
Oh, come now, Enoch. You should have stopped me from emptying that third wineskin.
Especially after those 5 tankards of Sister Schmied.
Oh.
Maybe so, but we left that tavern outside Witchwood more than 3 nights ago, and you evacuated said liquids almost immediately after forging forward into the dark. Indeed, the rest might seem like a bad dream. Look up. Down.
Oh.
Grim tidings, friend.
Enoch. Antipodal to our current position in this bastardized cathedral.
Below us, you mean?
Oh, yeah, I suppose below us. Is that the gleaming horde of Gix?
I'd presume none other.
Then our boon is attained. Ow, oh, the prize won.
Difficult to answer. Given that we appear to be bound to the high peak of a vaulted chamber.
Right, that.
Doubtless you've noticed those necrotic-appearing pods that ring the treasure.
Perhaps the night soil of Gix's legendary fell steed.
I fear not. I'd almost be happy if those were the droppings of some giant horse thing, despite the gargantuan bunghole that may have released them. No, look how each is linked to one another by fibrous, fleshy tubes, forming the long, evil-looking torso.
Oh, gods be hung!
I'd curse not here, friend. Why add to the litany of crimes to answer for in the life after this one?
You know, if I could just reach my blade, I could cut the rope, maybe.
I espy yonder tool.
Ah, doom nuggets.
You say it true.
Hey, wait a minute. What's this? I recognize this knot.
Yes?
These are wizard's knots.
Dulcinandrin!
That's my name.
And a mouthful at that. Dulcinandrin, these are my knots.
Oh, well, I'm very glad to hear you admit that. It's not at all suspicious.
Did I truly tie that knot? Gravity appears to be working in both directions simultaneously. It must be a magic knot. I may have tied this knot. It betrays a certain knowledge of relationships between invisible star clusters constellated by astral demons, which my master alone discovered after staring long years into the night sky through a solid chunk of petrified ghost flesh.
Petrified ghost? Untie me, stooped dodderer!
You suspect Enoch, the Pohidri of Ganoth, of this? I am bound myself by this same knot. My own, it seems. You're welcome.
My thanks. Craftsmanship was unparalleled. It could belong to no other.
I don't recall tying it. Stay your blade!
What? Why?
Give me a chance to logic this out.
Logic?
Logic. With a K?
Oh, good. Consider my blade stayed.
Gix's mount. Could be. But he rode something less than a quadruped. Or more, as it were. A millipede. The mental millipede of Gix, to be sure.
Gix rode this thing.
Once a dark priest of an extinct race of such things, crawling in the fissures of the earth, drawing on chthonic energies to make themselves invulnerable to the workings of both man-things and god-things. The mental millipede hated death above all.
Blameless, to be sure.
It hated death so much that it concocted a kind of second death, which, before losing its multiform minds, it mistook for unending life.
A second death? That's... oh.
Yes, you could say, in its maniacal desire to escape death, it died twice, thereby reducing itself to a mindless, soulless thing which Gix the Conqueror was only too happy to claim as his war steed.
So, what is it now? Living? Dead? Living dead? Unliving? Undead? Something less or something more? Or something else? Or something, other than else?
Could be all those things at once.
Look how its tongue doth loll in its senseless bug skull. You know, maybe we've already defeated it. We've won the day without the day part. If it was not for our own self-loathing, self-hating, Did we imprison ourselves here for some inscrutable purpose?
Do you have any memories of how we arrived here?
Hacking our way through Witchwood, bashing some ghoulish, grave-robbing brigands.
An apt description for our own profession.
And then scrabbling in the dark, as no torch would penetrate the light-sucking depths.
A metaphor for our own lost memories, perhaps.
And then... what is the opposite of a vast sea of gold?
A black vacuum.
Oh, I don't like vacuums. I'd have filled it with treasure.
Nowhere in our memories is this arch millipede thing, though.
No, the insect is not there at all. Perhaps the earthly indigestion of the world dwarf Gorin.
I'm not so sure.
Is it possible that we've reached the treasure room, faced the beast before us, defeated it, and upon our moment of triumph, that we appended ourselves thusly?
We were hung out like slabs of meat.
Can a treasure be so vast and valuable and glorious that it would destroy the will of nations, crease the minds of monarchs, poison the fluids that the gods drink and piss to keep the world from shriveling up into the endless void?
We sought no such treasure, Dolson Andrin. How could one as such find us?
Isn't it clear? We being the world's greatest treasure hunters? Ergo, you mean? Ergo, we must hunt the world's greatest treasure, and having found it,
go on.
We would stop ourselves from taking the ruinous step, and bind ourselves together above the treasure, so as we waste away, we can idly admire it.
And as the stuff drops from our bones and upon the millipede's hungry coils...
Replace the ropes. Hoist me high. Append yourself. We shall not leave this place at risk of driving all things mad with treasure lust.
I think not. Logic with a K dictated this.
Long ago, Millipede devoured Gix, all of Gix, his armies, his tattooed slave horde, and his loot.
That stands to reason.
Knowing that it's mere whisper would tempt stupid treasure seekers such as yourselves.
An endless supply, really. Truly, a paragon of diseased intellect.
Jabber all decency, Enoch. That thing unlives!
Second death makes one thirsty for second life.
The what now?
Second life, that boon of soulfulness granted to those that have experienced the greatest adventures in excess of spirit, which is truly greater than any treasure of all.
Makes perfect sense.
And second death having made Millipede a lazy thing. Millipede would have a second life, ferment and rot into Millipede's wide-open patient maw.
Maw means mouth. To explain, its lack of living energies has made it too lazy to encounter us in a physical contest. But still, it needs to feed. So rather than hunt, far easier for it to draw prey like us to it. And turn our very minds against us.
Oh, foul insect!
Insect? Insect?
Third death?
Aye. Oh, and third death stinks.
Did this aberrant insect not say it devoured Gix's gold?
Aye, it did, friend.
Which would make this
Insect defecant.
you. You were correct from the beginning. What's that old saying? All that glitters is, something.